Tough game for the New Orleans Pelicans last night. They lost to the Atlanta Hawks by 17 points. And I'm just going to be honest, it was not pretty. No Herb Jones in this game. He was out with an injury. No Zion on the night of a back-to-back, second night of a back-to-back. He was resting. Obviously, still no Jordan Poole, still no DeJounte Murray. And if you think about it, those were four of the Pelicans' starters, potentially, right? You got to get Trey Murphy in there, too, somewhere. So somebody's got to come off the bench. Probably Jordan Poole, actually. So DeJounte, Trey, Zion, Herb Jones, and Derek Queen. If you're trying to win games, right? Which who knows what these Pelicans are trying to do? They're 2-15 at this point. The only team that's worse currently is the Washington Wizards, who are 1-15. Still a couple highlights from this game. First, we'll see some Derek Queen, then some Sadiq Bey, and then some Trey Murphy. All three played okay. Trey Murphy didn't have his best shooting game. I would say Sadiq Bey had probably his best game of the season. He ended with 18 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. And we desperately needed those rebounds. We actually won the rebounding battle in this game against a pretty big and tall Atlanta Hawks team with Kristaps Porzingis, obviously, Jalen Johnson, people like that, Zachary Risachet. But the Pelicans did get stomped. They had a lot of turnovers, so they looked uglier on that end. They still shot poorly from three. Like the team overall hit 8 threes, and the Atlanta Hawks hit 17. So you're just not going to win games if you're only hitting 8 threes in a game. Not in this NBA. Still a lot to like from Derek Queen, especially this game. They really tried to take him out of the equation. That was kind of the Hawks' game plan coming into this game. You could see it defensively. They were trying to deny him the ball, make sure he wasn't being the operator out of the high post that he normally is, getting others involved. And I would say they were pretty effective at it. He only ended with 3 assists in this game. Yeah, 3 assists for Derek Queen. He still ended up having 20 points, 9 rebounds, which he's done for the last 2 games. Or he's had 20 points in the last 2 games, averaging 8 rebounds. And if you look at Derek Queen's per 36 numbers, they end up right around 19 points, 8 or 9 rebounds, probably closer to 9 rebounds, and then 4.5 assists per game, which are really good. And when James Borrego first took over, he kind of dialed back Derek Queen's minutes. He was playing 24 minutes a night, basically every night for the first few games. But these last couple, he's been playing 30 plus. So I hope to see more of that. I think James Borrego's realized, like, with no Zion, with no Jordan Poole, theoretically, right? No DeJounte Murray, you need some offensive creation, and Derek Queen provides that, and you're really not getting it from anybody else, maybe other than Trey Murphy. So like I said, the Pelicans didn't shoot well from 3 this game. They were even worse last game even. That's starting to become like the biggest problem for this team. They've had a couple really good games where they shot, in the high 40% or mid 40% range. It's not consistent, and their best 3-point shooter has been Herb Jones, actually. And so when he's not in this game to space a little bit, and you don't have Zion to draw in defenders to kick out to easier threes, it gets a little congested on offense, and there's just not enough pressure put on the defense. In this case, a really good Atlanta defense to force them to make tough decisions and give up better shots and 3-point shots to the Pelicans. And then on the defensive side of the ball, the Pelicans were pretty bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Atlanta just came down and did whatever they wanted to on offense. Like I said, they hit 17 threes, which is pretty good. And it felt like most of them were just uncontested. And then because of the injuries, they often had Micah Peavy on Kristaps Porzingis, which, I mean, he's a rookie, and he's how tall? Micah Peavy's 6'7", and Kristaps Porzingis is 7'6". It feels like. All right, 7'2". So you're just not gonna win that matchup. And the Pelicans were always too late sending a double team or trying to help out Micah Peavy. So you saw a couple shots where Kristaps Porzingis just like basically stands straight up and reaches right over the top of Peavy and nails it. So not a lot he could do. He actually started in this game. Micah Peavy did. Because Herb Jones was out, and unfortunately he's not Herb Jones. As much as I like his man defense, right? He's not the shooter Herb Jones is. He's not the defender Herb Jones is. Even though I like him, and for all the talk of Joe Dumars saying, we want to be a deep team who competes every night, they're just not quite a deep enough team. Like, I think James Borrego's pretty much figured out the starting lineup, playing Jeremiah Fears, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, and Derek Queen. That's been a good starting lineup. But as soon as the bench comes in, the leads tend to dissipate. In this game, the Pelicans, they won the first quarter. They were up by a couple points, and then it was just downhill. And I think they barely won the fourth quarter by 1 point, but second and third quarters was just so bad. Just as soon as the bench guys come in, it seems to kind of fall apart. So, and obviously that would change with no injuries, but the reality is that the Pelicans are injured. So you have to look at what reality is rather than in theory. So either we need some people on the bench, who really are the 13th, 14th, 15th guys on this team. Either they need to step up or maybe play less minutes and play the starters more. It's tough if you're James Borrego trying to keep everybody fresh and available at the same time while having a competent offense out there or and defense, a competent team out there. Anyway, that's it for this video. Short one. I will be back Monday night for the Pelicans versus Bulls game with another video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We just surpassed 250 subscribers, which is amazing. I've only been doing this for about a month, and you guys are the best. Leave a like on this video. Comment down below your thoughts on this team. Maybe some moves you would like to see at the trade deadline. It's early, but let's start talking about it. I appreciate all your support. Peace.